Welcome to Satisfying Recap.
The movie starts with a worker making human robots in a factory. A message appears: by 2050 people will not only having sex with a robot, they will be falling in love with them. Movie began. A girl, Brooke, and a boy, Michael, are sitting at the mechanics, talking with each other about their car. Brooke asked Michael to get something to eat. Drones are flying in the sky. Brooke and Michael are in the car. Brooke is worried about her car maintenance. Brooke asked Michael to turn to a Chinese hotel to eat something. They both are arguing about Chinese food. Her younger brother Drew is having love with a sex bot. She arrived home to visit him. Drew is nervous due to their arrival, but his sister comes into the house. She asked if she can't visit her younger brother. Drew replied that she can call him and ask about him. Brooke mocks him on his relations with the sex bot. Drew replied that these are called e-mates. Drew asked her reasons of visit because he had plans. The girl is having a relationship joke with her friend Quinn. She brings his favorite food, but the boy did not have white rice in the food. Quinn also comes there. He introduces her to his sister and says we had to go out. His sister says it's a good idea we all go to the movie together, but Drew says he has a headache and changes the subject. Quinn leaves from there. His sister asks Drew about it, but Drew doesn't tell her and angrily says it could be my roommate, my eloped wife, or an escort. It has no meaning. They start eating. Drew gets angry. His sister says she is joking. The boy goes outside and starts massaging Quinn's head. He is pressing Quinn's head outside. Quinn asks him about it. He explains that he is a video game developer. They both start talking about artificial intelligence. Michael asks her to do it on the hair side and he is massaging her neck. His hand feels on his device and he is startled. He discovers that Quinn is a sex bot. Drew also comes hearing her voice. He tells her that he will invest $10,000 in her company if she doesn't tell his sister his secret. The boy agrees. Drew tells him to take his wife. He comes down and tells Brooke to leave. They both leave. Quinn and Drew go to bed. Michael and Brooke are back talking about Quan. Brock finds her strange. She says that Drew's health is also deteriorating and that he should come to her apartment more. Drew gives Michael a manufacturing location card at the bar. He tells her more at the EMED bar and asks his sister not to find out. Drew explains that he can program it to suit himself. Michael and Drew are playing a game in the living room. Michael asks her about her ex. Michael goes on and on about the sax bot. He tells her that his ex-girlfriend lied to him. Drew says he must have left her for Cameron, who was a sex bot. Michael says that if he takes her to a Chinese hotel for a week, he will find out why she left him. Drew doesn't believe it, so Michael says he'll find out if he goes to Tokyo to see Revenge this month. They both start playing the game. Michael is sitting with his friend talking about his life. They both keep talking about gaming and Stray. Michael tells him about the $10,000 that Drew has. Michael comes home. Brooke is drinking ready wine in bed. Michael tells her that she is given a chance to show herself today. Brooke laughs. Michael tells her about his game investment. They both kiss and start making love. On the other hand, Drew is also having sex with Quan on the bed. Michael has a son with Drew. They both talk about manufacturing factories. Michael goes to the manufacturing club. Everyone is there with their sex bot. They look at Michael in surprise. Michael comes out. The bartender asks him why he came, but he doesn't give a straight answer. The bartender sits him down in front of the computer. E-mate options are coming up on the computer as to what kind of e-mate he wants. Michael gets Brooke's message and leaves.
I hope recap is satisfying. Please like and subscribe.
Drew is with his friend. He shows her his ex's photo. Drew starts speaking into e-mate's mouth. His friend explains to him that man can never be perfect. If we have to live in this world, we can never be perfect and girls always want a perfect man. Drew says he can't be perfect, so can't he be better than e-mate, and he gets up. Drew and Michael are sitting in a hotel. Drew asks Michael to help him become a better person so he can win his ex back. Michael laughs. Drew asks her to help him with cooking, eating, and everything. He becomes his coach and mentor. Brooke and Michael are watching TV. Brooke tells her that Michael's father invited her to throw a birthday party for Michael. Michael seems to be thinking. Michael is back at the manufacturing club. He makes his e-mate and orders for himself. The bartender tells him that the e-mates don't eat or drink. After some time, he is taken inside. Meanwhile, his e-mate Sophia is waiting for him. He sits next to her. They both start talking. Michael is nervous. He says that it is possible that this E-mate is just a hoax and she wasn't real. E-mate tells him that he can take her to the room and undress her and see that there will be a chip under her neck. Michael kisses her. They both went into the room. Michael is happy. He is drinking coffee and Brooke is preparing food. Michael tells her that he will take the kids out today. Brooke is also surprised. He tells the children to get ready. Michael brings Drew to Ailey. Ailey has to nurse Drew back to health. She makes him do different juices and exercises. Drew Rose jogs and exercises while Michael Rose has night sex with his E-mate. Drew is getting fitter by the day. Michael is busy with his E-mate every night. Brooke is at a coffee shop. She sees Michael laughing loudly. Michael is with Ailey talking and laughing loudly. Brooke is surprised at the change. Drew is playing chess with Quan. Kevin lets Drew in. Drew understands. He asks her to challenge him so that he can be better. Drew says he wants to be a change because he can change his program, but Quinn can't change her program. Quinn asks why Drew says he isn't actually. Quinn says to her what happens when her motivation dissolves. What happens when something happens? Do you want work not to be done? I said bath, you know how to do it. Make me come there. Do not do that. Brooke was bathing the children. Michael is cleaning the kitchen. Michael tells her that she is a wonderful mother. Drew is at the club with his friend David. He is not going to see Tokyo Revenge. David tells her that he was never like that. He is changing himself for a girl, and Drew begins to recite Shakespeare's words to him. He says friendship is permanent in all other things save in office and love affairs. Therefore, all hearts must use their tongues in love. Let every eye negotiate itself, and trust no agent, for beauty is a witch, against whose charms faith dissolves in blood. Drew continues to speak. David gets up and leaves. Michael is with his E-mate. They are kissing each other. He gets a call from Ram. She tells him about the game, but Michael doesn't listen carefully and continues. He feels it too. She asks him if he's with Brooke, but Michael doesn't tell her. Drew and Quan are naked talking to each other. Drew explains to him about the world. Michael comes home and Brooke tells him she knows he's with another girl. Michael says, why do you feel that way about Ailey? Brooke replied that she didn't feel anything about Ailey. Ailey called her to excuse her as she think Michael was with her making love and she disturbed them. Michael tried to explain, but Brooke doesn't talk anymore. Michael comes into manufacturing in a rage and yells at the bartender. He brings her down to the factory. The bartender sits in a chair. Michael and the bartender started talking to each other. How can I help you? Said the manager. Is this a joke? Michael said, are you the manager? Do you run this place? Could you tell me when I got back there? The manager replied, this is where I do business. Would you like to sit down? Asked the manager. Michael said, no, thanks. You fell in love with him. Asked the manager. I have a wife. I have 2 children. Said Michael. So what? Do you love them? Do you love your wife? The manager replied, yes, of course, I love them. The manager asked what the problem then, and Michael replied that he is falling in love with a sex bot that was made by him. My life is ruined. The marriage is ruined and I don't know how I got here. Michael kept on talking. The manager asked Michael to take a seat and asked him, how can you fall in love? Are you married? People fall in love with sports teams, dogs, even their mugs. How is that harmful? Michael replied that he is not making any ordinary thing. He is making a robot that hurts people's feelings. But the manager said that his machines only connect people. The problem was with Michael. It was his confused morality. The manager said that he is happy because Michael fell in love with one of his robots. Drew wins his love. Michael is watching. Ailey explains to them the concept of life and happiness and gives them spinach syrup to drink. They both drink and start cleaning the dishes. Brooke is talking to David. It seems like everyone has accepted E-mates. Michael came back to Brooke. Michael brings Sophia to Brooke. In the car, he started telling Brooke about E-mates. Michael said that it was because I'm not ready to give up just yet. Well, something is broken here, and that and other things like it can help us fix it. They both make each other realize their mistake. Brooke asked if she can make her E-mate. Look like I want? Michael replied that she already had. Michael was pointing himself. He says absolutely and the movie ends.
Please like and subscribe for more amazing satisfying recaps. See you on the next video.